Hey everybody, Deborah with Pinching Pesos here, and it's time for What's in the Bag? What's in the Bag is all about plush bags that I buy, sealed. You can't open them at the store. You kind of got to push stuff around. I buy them for anywhere from $1.99, $2.99. This one's $3.99, which I'm not sure if I've ever paid $3.99 for a bag of plush, but this one has something else in there that I've never seen before. They normally only have plush in them, and this has got something else, so I don't know what it is. Guess we'll figure it out, right? If you aren't familiar with me, or this is your first time here, I'm a part-time, full-time reseller, meaning I don't do another job other than helping my husband with his business. Very limited hours a week, just doing estimates and stuff like that. But when I first started selling on eBay back, 7 years ago, all I sold was stuffed animals and like coffee cups because the cost of entry was so small and I didn't have very much money to invest in inventory. And if you can buy stuffed animals for less than $1, or like this, where you can buy a bag of them for $3, that's a really low cost of entry. And so that's all I pretty much sold for a couple years until I branched out into doing like small appliances, parting out items. But yeah, plush is really easy to do. I know a lot of people ask a lot of questions. So if you have questions today, go ahead and put them over in the chat. Just put like questions so that way I can kind of see it. It sticks out between everybody else's comments. And I'll try to address as many of them as I can because I know plush is kind of like a mystery land. It's like one of those things that people ignore because they think it has no value at all. Or you really just kind of don't know what to look for. And it kind of just takes time. It just takes a little bit of research. But the best thing to do is kind of keep a little list in your head, right? So anytime you do happen to see somebody maybe on Facebook groups or on Instagram or even on YouTube, mention a particular brand and a particular item, kind of store it away in your memory bank or make a list on your phone. After a while, you'll just start recognizing stuff. Like what I do now is I'll see a bag and I'll be like, okay, what's in here? Oh, well, this is interesting looking. What is this? But I can't open the bag. So I just go ahead and buy it because they're so cheap. But make a little list. Like I remember when I first started, a big bolo, and still is, are Webkinz, not the regular Webkinz, Webkinz Signature Series. They're really easy to spot the difference between a Webkinz and a Webkinz Signature Series. One is off of size, but most recognizable is because the little W is gold. It's not all colored. And there are some that sell for hundreds of dollars. Some of the dog ones are very, very profitable. And but anyway, just keep a little memory bank or a little notepad on your phone of just brands. And I'll show you a couple of them along the way that maybe aren't in these bags. Like, for instance, let's get started here. I will show you actually an item that I missed. And if you've watched me before, you probably heard me talk about this. I was in a thrift store. I was looking at a stuffed animal. I read the tag kind of wrong. And then my husband called and I was late to take him to an appointment. So I ran out of the store. Hours later, another local to Austin thrifter went in, bought the item that I ran out on and sold it for $500. I'll show you what it is. This is a Douglas brand Simba. They're very large. You can easily recognize to even just look at one based off of the size because they're huge. They're probably 4 feet long. You can tell the tag here, and this is where I misread because I'm used to seeing a Douglas tag that's embroidered. And it's like got a red line on it, and then it has Douglas written out really nicely in embroidery on the tag. So I misread and I didn't see the part that said Douglas Company on it. This isn't the particular one I saw, but this is an identical one. So pay attention to these big Lion Kings because they're worth good money. And you can kind of get them cheap because people are trying to get rid of them. They're taking up room in their kids' room or in their garage. Here's another Douglas that you can watch for that's also Lion King Simba. It is also large. You can see that it's almost 3 feet. Consistently selling for $300. I'm trying to see the tag on this one. This one looks like it just has a regular Lion King tag on there. And now you can see it says Douglas Company. Now that's also a tag that I'm not familiar with. Like I said, I guess the newer Douglases maybe are what I'm thinking of when I think of the ones that are embroidered. But you can see Douglas Company right there. And this one also has the Lion King tag. $19.94, consistently selling for over or right around $300. So keep an eye out for those. This one is not a Lion King. This is just somebody trying to sell a lion that's made by Douglas that isn't Lion King. And you can see it didn't sell. I feel nervous today. I wonder why I feel so nervous today. You know, you'd think after doing YouTube for like 4 years, I wouldn't be nervous anymore, but actually, like, I'm super out of breath and like nervous. But anyway, let me check out the chat real quick, and then I'm going to get into these bags that I bought. And then if you remind me a little later on, we'll look up signature Webkins because I might forget. But thanks everyone for joining me today. I'm really excited because I've been waiting for 2 days to open these bags. And I didn't want to cheat. One of my friends was like, just open them and reseal them. And I'm like, no, that totally messes up the excitement of like, oh my gosh, because one of the things I really do like about these bags is because in the middle might be something I didn't even see or know was valuable. And I open the bag and right in the middle, as a surprise, is a bonus profit. You know, bonus money is always good. So let's see. Let me scroll back up real quick, look at the chat, and then I'm going to try to get all your questions. 1 second. Let me copy and paste it over here so I don't miss it. Yvonne says, I used to bypass Plush because all the kids in the aisle. The Plush aisle can be super crowded. It can be overly crowded with Plush, and you kind of have to dig through them sometimes. I actually don't like doing that. I just buy them by the bag because I get overwhelmed if there's too much stuff in front of me. And aisles and piles of Plush kind of, I don't pay attention. But Yvonne recently did finally list some of the Plush that she had accumulated over time, and it was really profitable for her. I'm sure she's talked about it on her channel, Yvonne Flipping Easy. She's also on the stew with me. But go check her out because I know she was talking about it over the last couple of weeks. Are all the Beanie Babies, except for a few, not worth anything nowadays? I don't touch Beanie Babies. I did know a friend of mine who actually did fairly well sending Beanie Babies into Amazon. And he wasn't making a huge amount of profit, but they were selling, and they were pretty consistently selling. I don't really touch them. I don't even pay attention to the ones that are supposed to be valuable because I'm just not picky enough about tag condition, and I can't figure out if it's mint or whatever. And those people that are collecting those really expensive ones, they know exactly the condition and quality and whatever is supposed to be in this animal. And that's just not my specialty. So I just leave them alone. Let's see. And I know one of the questions is probably going to come up. People ask me, what do you do with dirty Plush? Do you wash them? No, I just don't buy them. And if there's anything in this bag that's dirty, if it's anything more than me just spraying some Folex on it and wiping it down like surface cleaning, or if it smells funny or anything, I just don't even bother with them unless it's going to be a couple $100 and it happens to smell like storage or something. I just leave them alone. I don't wash Plush. I do, however, spray them down with Lysol. And so when they're in the storage bin, they've been kind of like decontaminated. You can also put Plush in a bag and put it in the freezer. And if you freeze it, it's going to kill the allergens that are on it as well. That's a trick. Do I know of any other large plush to look for? You know what would be a really good way for you to research that is just look on eBay and search plush or stuffed animal and put the word like huge, jumbo, or big, and then sort it from highest price to lowest price in the solds. And then that way you can kind of ping out some brands and things to look for, you know, just kind of based off your own research. Baby wipes or Folex, they clean up, and Lysol also. Now, Grandma Magic Classics is saying she puts dryer sheets in the tote. I don't do that, only because people are very sensitive to smells, and also you don't want to introduce like an allergen. I know with me, I can't play with my daughter's slime because the detergent irritates my hands. So even if I just play with it for 30 seconds, my hands get itchy and irritated and red. So I would suggest not putting dryer sheets. If it works for you, that's great. I don't, and that's the reason why. Okay, so let's get started. Let's open up some bags. Okay, okay, let's start here, because the reason why I bought this particular bag, and I'm sorry for the bag noise, I can't prevent it. This was $2.99, and the reason why I bought this guy is because I recognize the Disney Store tag. Now, Disney Store tags don't necessarily mean it's going to be worth money, but they are generally worth more money than just a typical Disney licensed item. These come directly from the Disney Store, and they'll always have a little Disney Store exclusive on here. So I saw that, and that's what got me to look at the bag. Then I was like, okay, well, what is in here? And I saw, okay, it's a big bulldog. Didn't recognize what it was from. I was thinking maybe Pocahontas, but it's not. So let's open this up and I'll show you why I bought this. That's a big poofy fat cat. We'll look him up in a second. Oh, come back. Okay. I'm just dropping all the plushies on the floor. So here's this guy. Do you guys recognize him? I didn't recognize him. But he has his tag. Sometimes Disney will put the name of the item on the tag, and sometimes they don't. This one doesn't have it. So let's go ahead and look it up and see how we do research. And this is what I do with every item. You have to look it up because plush is one of those things you just never know. It doesn't make sense. It has very little logic. And the market is what sets the price on items. So it could be valuable, quote unquote, for no reason at all. Let's look up this plush bulldog real quick. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. So I just simply put Disney Store Bulldog. You can see my research from when I was doing it on my phone. That's not him. That's the one I thought it was, Pocahontas. Instead, this is the guy from Lady and the Tramp. And these are the solds. It looks like he sold it and then relisted it. Maybe they didn't pay. When he relisted it, it sold on the 20th for $45 plus shipping. Let's see here. Here's another one sold for $39 plus shipping. This one went on best offer. Here's one international from the UK. It was $55 plus shipping. So this was definitely a good bag to buy. Let me see how many are actually listed. There's one listed for $85. Another one is on auction with a bid for $55. And seems like there's only two. So the odds of this selling for about $50 seems pretty high to me. So definitely a score buy. You always want to check under the seams here and make sure there's no holes. I have gotten over the years where I go to ship the item, and when I'm wrapping it up, I'll notice there's like a seam break. If I can fix it without it being noticeable, I will. But otherwise, I'm no seamstress, and I have to just let the customer know. And they're typically understanding because those are easy fixes. And you can just let them know, like, hey, I didn't notice there was a little seam came apart. I can give you a discount and still ship it to you, or we can cancel. And typically they still want it. You also want to pay attention if there's embroidery like this to make sure that none of the threads are coming out, or if there's plastic eyeballs, sometimes you miss that they're all scratched up. So kind of hold it up to the light and make sure. And all you have to do is disclose that. So in my condition notes, all I typically put is no rips or stains, and then I let them know the condition of the tush tag. This is a tush tag, and I let them know if it's there, and maybe if it's faded or if it's fraying or whatever. And that's all I put for my condition, and ship it in a poly bag and go on about your day. Let's go ahead and look up this little fat cat. Isn't this cute? Oh my goodness. This is called Incredible Petables. Never heard of this brand before. So let's see what we've got. All right, Incredible Petables cat. There we go. Hey, look at these. Mine has the tag, so that's a plus. And it looks like it ranges. Some of them sell, some of them don't. They're adorable. I'm going to go ahead and try to list this guy for $19.95 plus shipping. Or I might list him for $29.95 free shipping, or $24.95 free shipping. It is light. This will go first class. And I do have larger poly mailers that I just stick them in. I try to wrap them in tissue paper just so it doesn't look like I just dumped it in a bag. Sometimes I will put them in a clear plastic bag and then put them in the poly mailer. I just like to make it look more like I cared about their item, as opposed to thanks for spending $30 on a big fat cat and stuffing it in a bag and going on about my day. So I try to make sure that I have large enough poly mailers that it doesn't look like a giant pillow inside, like crammed in there. Let me check the questions in the chat real quick, and then we'll get back. Let's see. Karen says, is he from Lady and the Tramp? Yep, you got it. Miner's asking if these are all Disney. No, these are all random bagged items. Tina says, I love hunting for plush. I found a 48-inch Mickey Mouse at the Goodwill last week in good condition and sold it for $80. That's awesome. And she sold it locally, so she didn't have to ship it at all. And what do you do when the Goodwill writes in permanent marker on the tush tag? I just put that in the condition notes that it has a marker on it. What you might even do, if it's like a price, try to turn it into a name. You know what I mean? Like Ben or something. Because sometimes little kids do write their names on the tags, or their parents write their names on the tags. And just note it down. Okay. And let's get back. Okay. Ouch. All right, here's a little doggy that was in that bag. This is a Build-A-Bear. I typically don't pick up a whole lot of Build-A-Bear, but let's do some research. I've actually never seen this little dog before. He doesn't have a noisemaker. And you can see he does have a little stain, but a spray or two of Folex and a quick wipe down will make that come off. The Folex is amazing. You can get it over in the cleaning section of the of Lowe's. Some grocery stores have it, and some Walmarts. Nashana says she wraps them in shrink wrap. I'm not sure if I would do that, only because it would look like they were like being tortured, you know, like they're all wrapped up in shrink wrap, like I can't breathe, even though they're not real. It would kind of it would look funny. All right. let's go ahead and look up some Build-A-Bears. So maybe we might just find some to look for in general, or maybe we might find this guy. So Build-A-Bear dog. Now I do sometimes find bags of Build-A-Bear clothes. Wow. All right, well, keep an eye out for Paw Patrol Build-A-Bear. Holy moly. $200? That's cuckoo birds. Well, now we have a new Bolo, guys. I guess I can put Bolo in the title. Here's another Paw Patrol. It's different for $99. Wow, we're going to have to keep an eye out for these Paw Patrol Build-A-Bears, guys. That's cray. Yeah. Look at this. The Grinch That Stole Christmas Max dog from Build-A-Bear. I've been passing these up just because most of the time they're Kohl's Cares. Kohl's Cares actually sells fairly decently, those Kohl's Cares plush, over on Amazon. For a little while, I couldn't sell plush, but I think I can now. Like I could, and then they took it away, and then I think I can again. Kohl's Cares. Yeah. Oh, I can't sell it in... Oh, well, this particular one I can't. So it looks like I have my privileges back to sell plush over on Amazon again. So I may do another FBA experiment and send some of these babies in. The last time, if you look back in my videos, I did an experiment where I was, sending plush to FBA, and all of them but one sold, I believe. And I sent in, I think, 15. So I'm not seeing my little brown dog, but I am seeing some things I definitely want to keep an eye out for. Oh, look, here's another Grinch. So I guess that is definitely one to watch for. The Build-A-Bear Grinch with Max. Or just Max in general. And you can see that this just sold that after Christmas. So it wasn't before Christmas sale. Christmas items still sell after Christmas. Well, it looks like this little doggy is definitely not worth over $30 or $40. So I don't want to keep researching it, but I just wanted to look at the Build-A-Bears and just see which ones were going for money that you guys can keep an eye out for. Well, Harley Quinn. That looks like one to keep an eye out for. That Paw Patrol. There's an Ewok. Frosty the Snowman. Super rare brown frog. 7 bids on it, so I'm going to say that's pretty legit. Like, huh. Maybe I'm going to have to start paying more attention to Build-A-Bear because I kind of wrote them off for a while just because there's so many, but it definitely looks like they're worth looking at again for particular ones. So I'm going to have to start researching them at the store again. I can't just pass them by anymore. Very interesting. And this is the whole set of Palace Pets. I don't even look at those. I'm teaching myself things. I hope you guys are learning and you don't think that this is just boring and stupid. That's always my goal, is that people don't think my video is boring and stupid. Let's see. Let me just check the chat. I don't know if I'm going to get through all these bags today. We've been on for 3 hours and 30 minutes, and I've looked up 3 things. Happy Cowgirl says, I do really well with Build-A-Bear. Oh my God, $500 for plush. The most expensive plush I ever sold was a American Mills turtle for $275. That's my most expensive plush. Under that was a hidden Mickey bear that was from the closed New York store location. So he had New York on the thing, and I sold him to Japan. He went for 110. Now that one with the 110, that's a lesson in not just blowing off customers that lowball you, because I had it listed for 200 and they offered me $10. And we went back and forth through the full thing of best offers. I think you got 3 at the time. And we settled out at 110, I believe. 110 or 125. So if I would have just blown them off and been like, you're stupid, and like declined their offer and blocked them, I wouldn't have sold my thing. Oh my gosh, Powerpuff Build-A-Bear. I had no idea Build-A-Bear was worth anything. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So I don't know about this little dog, but I do know I haven't seen him before in all of my years. And sometimes you can get a date on them from their copyright, but I don't see one on here. Okay, next. Oh, that was in that bag. Oh, sorry. I got to get down here. I dropped one. Okay. This is Disney Parks. And this definitely has a different feel. He's got that blanket feeling. Like those blankets. I can't just tell you. I don't know what it is. But this is from Disney Parks. So we'll go ahead and look up Monsters, Inc. I definitely want to see if there are some Monsters, Inc. that we need to pay attention to. Because that can be, just like with these Build-A-Bears, that can be one of the issues, is that a particular character can be saturated. And so you just kind of blow them off as like, or a particular brand is saturated. And you just kind of blow it off as like, it's probably not worth anything. And you see Monsters, Inc. all the time. I do know there is a valuable Monsters, Inc. I believe it's a Boo. So you kind of can't just write it off because of saturation. And you just have to take the time to look them up. I know there is no easy, quick way to do Plush. You just kind of have to keep looking them up. The Disney Parks, just do a blanket Monsters, Inc. So that way we'll see any of the other ones. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even put the word plush. Daw. Okay, so that answers our question. It looks like there aren't very many high-priced Monsters, Inc. from Disney Parks. But if you're paying $25 for it, you know, $15, $20, $30 sales are definitely something. I don't even see mine. He's got interesting fur, and I don't see mine on here. So I'm going to have to definitely do some more research on the one that I have, because he's not here. I can tell. Yeah. So I just want to do a quick search without the Disney Parks on Monsters, Inc. plush. And so we can find the valuable ones, so you do know what to look for. Solds. All right, there's a little Mikey. These are brand new. I don't typically find brand new ones, but you never know. Sometimes they are there. This is from 2001, little Mikey. Water Noose. I turned my volume off of my phone. Okay. There's a large Tsum Tsum, another little Mikey. So I guess definitely keep an eye out for little Mikey here. Here's one used. That's going to be the Boo doll. And she's the actual Boo doll. She's not a plush. Yeah, so I'll have to keep an eye out for this guy. This wouldn't be hard to spot. Like, just a giant eyeball. So I have to put this in the do more research pile, because he definitely has a different kind of fur than I was seeing. All right, let's see what's in here. I paid $2.99. Okay, so out of that bag We already know we had one winner that I can sell for at least $50. Then there was the other one that I was going to try to get 25, but even if I got 15, come on, I paid $3 for the bag. All right, so this was $3 as well. Try to keep the bag so I can put the stuff back in there, but this is a bunch of little guys. This is a snuggle. This is just a random nothing. So my dogs will get these. They're always happy because they get toys. Here is a caveman Despicable Me. It's got the quality of one that comes out of a crane machine. Don't write off crane machine toys. Look them up. I know it seems dumb when you've got the purple duck with, you know, rabbit ears on, but some of those crane machine toys sell for really good money. Over the years, what I would do when I was doing exclusively Plush is I would take common items like that weren't worth me listing individually, and I would just make, like I did an Easter one year. I just had a big box and I threw bunnies, ducks, chicks in the box, and I literally took a picture of just the top of the box with some stuffed animals in there and was like assorted Easter Plush gift bags or gift baskets. Some new with tags, some used, ducks, chicks, bunnies. That was it. And I sold it for $30 plus shipping. It was just going to get redonated. So if you do start doing a lot of Plush and you end up with ones that aren't really worth anything, group them together. Group all the dogs together. Group all the cats together. Keep all the Christmas stuff together. You can just sell it as one big lot. This is a kid's toy. I try not to sell any children's toys that are used. Just because they're going to babies. I do know that some toys the parents really want because they're not available anymore and their child lost it and it's their lovey and whatever. But things like this that are for like infants, I don't typically bother with. He lights up. This is a Yoo-Hoo's Valentine's Day one. Here is a Hello Kitty. This is a Scholastic's pink horse. This will probably go to my dogs. If you do start doing Plush, if you get all of the ones that don't have bean pellets inside, the little plastic pellets, and don't have plastic eyes, you can group those all together and kind of sell them as what are called soft toys. Soft toys are things that don't have the plastic, and dogs can play with them, and also people like them for their children as a soft toy. Let me check the chat. It's been a while. I'm sorry. Okay. I learned so much from all your videos. I didn't start picking up hard goods till I started watching your videos. Hard goods for life. Let's see. I avoid the Plus section at the thrift store. They're often overloaded and dusty. Yeah, they can be. However, I like to get them from this one particular store just because they're already bagged up. So that kind of like, keep your eye out when digging through the Plush for hand puppets. I found a vintage camel from 1981, paid $1.99 and sold it for 25 bucks. You could sell those extra small Plush at the swap meet. They sell pretty good, enough just for a few bucks. Yeah, if I did have like a flea market booth or something, it would be really easy to just put them in there. And, parents are definitely more than willing to pay $1 for a stuffed animal for their toy. Yoo-Hoos and Tai-Boos are almost the same. Yes, they are almost the same. Okay, listen, let's keep going in this bag. This one may be all bust. Just a snake. I'm going to look that up, though, because he has flowers on him. The reason why I bought this bag is because I saw this. I saw his foot. That's all I saw. I saw this. This is a Scentsy buddy. What is inside of these is the Scentsy little sachets. Like he smells good inside, even though he doesn't have a little scent pocket in it, a scent pouch. And you don't have to have the scent pouch to sell them. I always pick up Scentsy buddies if I see them. Let's go ahead and do some research on them before we... I can't stop dropping these things. Before we go on. Okay. Scentsy buddies. No, that's not what I was trying to screen share. My dog's barking at somebody. All right. Oh, that scared me. That was that little yoo-hoo. I put my hand on it. Scentsy Buddy Pig. So here's some that are new with their packs. These are all pre-owned as a lot. Let's go down to just the Peaky. I'm going to actually go to used. And just because something has a hang tag, if the hang tag is all creased up and messed up, don't put it as new because it's not new. Sometimes people just collect things and they keep the tags on them. But just because the tag's there doesn't mean the item's new. Like this one, the tag's all creased up and messed up and stuff. So, I mean, they did the proper thing and put that it was pre-owned. So it looks like this guy's going for $12. I actually have a Ribbert that I didn't list yet. Let's go ahead and look to see which ones are actually worth good money. There's a collection. Looks like Stella the Unicorn, Oakley the Owl, another unicorn. So let's keep an eye out for this Scentsy Buddy unicorn. Seems like it's consistently going for $60, $50, $70. Definitely need to look out for that. Jamu the Giraffe. Here's another owl, so keep an eye out for the owl. Yeah, looks like that owl's pretty consistent, so keep an eye out for the owls. And I'm pretty sure there is a Scentsy seller that probably has these in their house. You can easily find these at garage sales. I wonder if they have them like on the marketplace, if you could find them, like do a search on Facebook Marketplace for Scentsy Buddies and see if somebody just has a collection of them that they're selling. Yeah, so it looks like pretty consistently we got owls, cows, giraffes. Here's a hippopotamus, turtle. Just always keep an eye out for the Scentsy Buddies. They're a really easy sell. And even if they're only $15, I mean, you pay, what, 50 cents for it? Definitely a good pickup for me. Cow toys are a good product, and Folk Manis. Yeah, I always try to pick up the Folk Manis hand puppets if I can, just because they're really nice quality. I also find plush animated talking bears sometimes in the plush. I found a gun storytime bear the other day. Its mouth and head moves, and they say 5 different nursery rhymes. It's really cute. Yeah, I have a gun as well that does something. I can't remember. I haven't listed it yet, but all right. So we got Scentsy Buddies. I want to go ahead and just for grins, look up this snake. Get up to the top of my screen. Okay, plush. Or I just do stuffed snake. Purple. Pink. Definitely worth nothing. Surprise, surprise. $4. But hey, If you got a little time and you want to sell it for $4, go ahead. I mean, you literally take one picture of it and then put it in a poly bag. I want to see if these Despicable Me crane machine guys have any kind of value, because I've never looked them up and I typically pass by Despicable Me. Actually, first, let's look to see if Despicable Me actually has a value, because that's another item that is way, way oversaturated. So I typically ignore them, but I might just school myself. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Money laundering, maybe? So here's Jumbo Despicable Me 2 Fluffy Unicorn. So that's a big guy, 3 feet. So you definitely would be able to spot that at the store. That's for sure. These are all brand new. Here's a Jumbo one, $100. So keep an eye out for the unicorn from Despicable Me 2. You can easily spot a 3-foot unicorn. Here's some more Jumbo minions. A Build-A-Bear minion. That's a Build-A-Bear unicorn. Here's another Jumbo, went for $69. Well, I'm just going to have to keep an eye out for these Jumbo unicorns then, because I've definitely been sleeping on that. I have never seen one of these out in the wild. I've never seen the little doggy plush. So I want to look at used in particular, not new. So let's go back up and look at the used ones. So looks like Jumbo minions seem to do well. And this is a talking one. Talking light up evil minion. Here's another Build-A-Bear unicorn. This one's in pre-owned condition, $39. So that's another Build-A-Bear I need to be paying attention to that I've obviously just been ignoring. And yeah. So Jumbo unicorns and Build-A-Bear unicorns. And then the purple-eyed talking minion seems to be one to keep an eye out for. Good to know. I like doing these videos because I learn things myself. And here was one of the other things in the bag was this Hello Kitty, but it's kind of just a generic Hello Kitty. It doesn't even say like who made it. And I don't like selling Hello Kitties that seem like they're unlicensed. So I might give this to a friend that likes Hello Kitties, because I do not want to get my account messed up over some unlicensed Hello Kitty merchandise. And this doesn't even say who made it or that it's Sanrio. So I'll leave this guy alone. Although this would make a really good Easter basket insertion because it's pink. Check the chat real quick. Let's see. I have one Jumbo unicorn and 2 of the Mies. My parents love to toss them out, literally. So keep an eye out at thrift stores, but mine came from a curb picking. Did you sell it? They're too big for my house, so they're on their way out. If the unicorn has beads in them, they are hard, and they are hard. They come from a fair. Yeah, the ones that come from carnival, right? Like carnival vendors, or from amusement parks. They have like almost like hard styrofoam beads in there, so they're yeah. I don't like those. Okay. Next up, I didn't look up these Yoo-Hoos. Let's go ahead and look them up real quick just because they are so popular and they are kind of saturated in the market. Like you can kind of see them everywhere. So let's see if they're actually worth anything at all. Because this could be another thing that I'm just passing up and not paying any attention to. And there's nothing worse than like having an item that you've seen like 10 times and you never pick up, and then you find out later that you're like have been passing up $50 every time. I've done that before. It's really not a nice feeling. So I only care about the used ones. And it doesn't seem like they're really doing much. My daughter has this little squirrel. So I'm going to say that it may be easier just to sell them as a lot if you happen to accumulate a couple of them. Or if you have time in your day and you don't mind listing Plush for $10 free shipping, I might go ahead and try to list this one just because it does make noise and it lights up. The only issue with this guy is I'm going to have to make sure I ship him in a box, because if something makes noise and you can't turn it off, ship it in a box. Don't let it sit in, 3 to 5 days going through the postal system, like talking the whole time. And then your customer's going to get and the battery's going to be dead. And then they can also get damaged. So just put it in a box. Okay. All right, next up, guys. I bought this bag because I wanted to know what this was. It's a dragon of some sort, and the tag's been cut off, and I don't know what it is. So I bought this. Oh, look, I didn't even notice this. Here's a tramp. I'm going to go with my little bulldog over there. Too bad I don't have a lady. If I had a lady, I could lot it all together and do a whole little Lady and the Tramp lot. This one was $2.99 this bag. Okay. What is this? Okay. Weird. Okay, it's a dragon snake. And it's probably 5 feet, 6 feet long. It's 6 feet long. I can tell because it's a little bit taller than me. But the tag's been cut off. So I don't know what brand it is, but it's a dragon, like serpent, I guess. I don't know. It's got big wings on it. Let's look it up. Okay, IKEA dragon. Thank you. Let's look and see. Some of the IKEA toys are crazy valuable because they discontinue them and they like go away, and then the kids fall in love with them and they need it back. So IKEA dragon. Nice. $25 plus shipping. Not bad. All right, so I'm totally cool with it. I wonder how many are listed. Looks like 60, but they're all kind of different. Wow, okay, so my curiosity definitely was to my advantage. I'd say $25 is totally fine by me. Let's go ahead and look up some other IKEA. I'm going to say stuffed animal. And I would like to look at used. And I would like to look at sold. It looks like there's some goodies there. Look at the little vegetables and strawberry. If I saw this dog at the store, I wouldn't think that was worth anything. I mean, because they're not the most amazing quality looking item. Sometimes. And so you would just assume that they weren't worth anything. Here's a fox. Now keep in mind, I did sort these from used, none of these are new. These are all used. So it looks like the fox is definitely worth one picking up. Badger. Honey badger don't care. Wow. Okay, so definitely keep an eye out if you see the IKEA plush. And you can, normally they have a tag. I'll show you. See, they'll have these funky little long tags like this. But then the care tags are like really big. And so people tend to cut them off. But definitely keep an eye out on your IKEA plush. If you see one, and like I said, they don't look super high quality. Like they're not amazing looking, Oh, I've heard, who sold one of these before? Yvonne, was it you? I know one of my friends or associates sold one of the baby dolls. All right. Thank you in the chat for that, because I would have been just going wildly searching at random on dragons. They have been selling them for years, so there are probably some different versions. They are always in their displays in the catalog and bins in the stores. Okay, well, thank you. $25 though. I'm totally cool with it. All right. Next in that bag. Wow, this is weird. Okay. It's a kangaroo with her Joey and a koala on its back. And this doesn't go here. This is an all-stars thing. This is a uni toy from Australia, made in China. And he has a little like Christmas looking plaid bow tie on. So let's see. Uni toys. Kangaroo. Okay, only one. Okay, so here's one. That looks like mine, but it doesn't have a little koala on it. And this definitely is made this way. This isn't somebody stuck a koala on a kangaroo. They don't seem like they're worth a whole lot of money. Let's look at the international market down here where they would be sold, but there's only, let's see. So here's some at the international. Okay, so I can go ahead and list him since he's different and he has a little koala on him. That's another keyword for me. I'm going to go ahead and list him. I'll put him for $14.95 free shipping, and we'll see. He's really good quality made, though. Like, the stuffing is really firm. Next. Here is Tramp. Oh. He's a talking tramp. What? Made exclusively for the Walt Disney Company. And he talks. I wonder if it has batteries in it that are all like gross. I wonder what he's supposed to say, but I'm not going to go through the time to look him up. I mean, to see if he, like what he says. Let's just go ahead and look it up. Okay. Talking tramp lady. Alrighty. Now you see how I did my search like that? I didn't put too many words. And I didn't, because I don't want to accidentally exclude something like by putting too many words and missing, like this one doesn't have the keyword dog in it, right? So if I would have put talking tramp dog, this listing wouldn't have shown up. So I tend to try to do as little words as possible to get me to the outcome that I'm looking for. So this one I just put, it was talking. It's from Lady and the Tramp, but I didn't want to put lady and then try to figure out if it's an and or an ampersand. And then, so I just put tramp and lady. So keep it simple. No solds. Here's a vintage scramp tramp plush. Wow, $81. That's nice. Yeah, my dog. It's my boo dog. That's not my listing, but so it looks like there's not a whole lot of completeds either. So this is one of those ones that's just kind of where you just set your price and you see what you can get. Now, I am going to put a video in my listing, and that definitely does help with any talking toys. If you have a talking toy, put a video. I've been putting videos in my listings of anything that moves or talks for years, and it definitely helps get a better price for your item. You can use ISD and TEK. I'll put the link down in the description. I've been using them for a really long time. I've told as many other resellers about it as I can. They have upgraded their HTML, that it is not considered active content. So you can still post your videos in your listings using that YouTube converter. So I will put the link in the description of the video. And also, it brings traffic to my channel, but I don't put it on my Pinching Pesos channel. I have another channel called Pinching Pesos Shopping, Pinching Pesos Shopping Cart? Shopping Booth. Pinching Pesos Shopping Booth. And some of those videos have like, one of them has 18,000 views. It's just like a 30-second video of like a toy van. So anyway, definitely put a video if you can, because you're going to sell your item faster and you will sell it for a higher price. Let me check the chat real quick. The koala plush like that are very interesting. I went to Australia and bought a small koala plush that was made in Aussie. I have found home in the United States the same koala, and it was made in China. I think the authentic would probably sell better. Justin Brewer. Okay, Yvonne, thank you so much for your help today. I'm so glad that you're here to help me, and thank you. Appreciate your time for sure. Here's a Curious George. He's an applause. I thought he was a cold scares, but he's definitely an applause. Now, Curious George is also another item that it's like there's so many of them. But I am certain that there are some valuable ones. So let's find out which ones those are. All right, so I've sold that guy before. I actually sold him on Amazon. He was used though, but he just had his little pajamas and his bear. And I think I sold it for 35 bucks. All right, so these are the higher priced Curious George plush. Definitely not a lot. 500 listings, and it looks like it tops out at 50 bucks. So that you can keep in mind when you see a bunch of Curious George, the odds of it being worth anything are probably low. Let's look at used. So here's one, but this is from Japan. Wasn't even sold, and it was a prize. So your odds of finding that one are probably pretty low, but I guess if you see the monkey in the little yellow suit, go for it. This one is a talking one. So it looks like if you can find the talking one, they're worth about $30, $25, right around there. So that's one to keep an eye for. These are used. So $30, Talking Giggle, Curious George is one to look for. I had one of these as a kid. But other than that, they seem to top out and they're not really worth a whole bunch. So that there, you can kind of already, here's the pajama one. See, $20, that's good. So those two, and these little vintage ones, I've seen these before. I may have sold one before. So that kind of answers your question in that there's not a ton of Curious George that's just going to knock your socks off. They definitely are more of a $10 item, $10 or less. Here's actually mine right here. So if I list this guy for $9.95 free shipping, I'm pretty sure that I can sell him. It's going to take me 2 pictures and probably less than a minute to list him. Takes less than a minute to ship him. So I'm going to list him for $9.95 free shipping and go on about my day. But now we know not a whole lot. The majority of the Curious Georges are going to bring you $10. Okay, next. It's another one. I've got Twinkies. And maybe I'll sell them together as twins. And then put them for $40. Here's a donut. And this, how funky is this? How funky is your chicken? How loose is your goose? Oh my God, I know what this is. Okay, this is from Hallmark. And this is a little chicken. And it actually will, you can put things in here and it comes out and it lays it. Let's see what we have here. Hallmark hen. I don't know what word I want to use. Toy, maybe? Oh, this is the perfect time for this. Oh, I'm so surprised. Here. This is not a bad bag. I thought this bag was kind of meh. But what do we have? We got a dragon. We've got a talking tramp. And now we had an animated egg-laying chicken. And it's almost Easter. It lays plastic eggs. How perfect is this? So I'm going to have to put some batteries in it and see if it works. And lucky for me, I didn't even notice till just a second. It's new with its tag. Ah. Fun. All right. So here's $40. Then we had our dragon. What was that? 25? And then we have our talking tramp. I'm going to, say 25? I'm going to put him for 25. 25 plus shipping. Plus the random little Georges. I'm not even going to worry about those. So we can just say on the low end, on the low scale of this, we got a $75 bag. That's pretty good. All right. That's it on that one. You want to keep going, guys? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more bags to go. And we've been at this for an hour. I knew it was going to be a 2-hour show, but do you think it's too long? Should I close it out and start a new one? Or let's just roll with it, right? I'll go ahead and show you do you have the eggs for the hen? They're smaller than regular eggs. You can get tiny eggs actually at Dollar Tree. I've seen them. They're not the full size plastic eggs, they're smaller eggs. So I will go get some. Since it's Easter time, I can totally easily find those that I probably wouldn't be able to find in October. So thanks for that, Erin. That's really good advice. If you watched the stew yesterday, I talked about this. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm under Double Bebble. I'm not under Pinching Pesos. I started it as a personal Instagram page, and it turned into a reseller Instagram page because I didn't use it. But I bought this guy. And I paid $4.99 for him. He's what's called a Bam Bear. He's from the North American Bear Company. That's my daughter. Sorry. Hey, I'm doing a show. She didn't want to walk home. Her school is literally like a quarter of a mile away, but she can walk. It's a beautiful day outside. It's like 60 degrees and beautiful, and she can totally, yeah, it's 64 degrees. It's a totally beautiful sunny day. Okay, so back to Bam Bear. I have sold North American Bear Company before. I sold a Marilyn Monroe, what was that movie called? Babes and Boys, or Boys and Babes. I keep turning off putting my phone on mute, and it keeps turning itself right back on again. Anyway, this guy for $4.99. If you didn't watch the stew yesterday or you haven't seen my Instagram, let me knock your socks off. Hold on to your socks, guys. I'm about to knock them off. Okay, so there's only 2 listed, right? Bam Bear. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Bear Bam. What is it? Bearby? What is it called? No, sometimes I'm dumb. Bearby. I said Bam Bear. No, it is Bam Bear. Right? Am I dumb? I'm being dumb, aren't I? It's literally written on the tag. Hang on. Because that's how I looked it up to begin with. Oh, this one's vintage. This is from 1979. I didn't notice that. Wow. Bam Bear, number 30. And signed. It's signed. Wow, I didn't even notice this yesterday. Holy guacamole. Okay. Sorry, it is Bam Bear. So what's going on? Oh, because I'm in solds. My bad. There aren't any recent solds on this guy. So I have number 30 signed by the person. You can see there's one listed for $250 and one listed for $200. Now you would think like, okay, these people are just nuts. Like maybe this person listed theirs for $250. So then this other person was like, oh, I'll just list mine for $200 and totally sell it before that guy. So you never know, like, you can always get caught up in somebody following somebody else's like crazy price. But I did look it up on Worth Points, and on Worth Point, Bam Bear is there, and Bam Bear is selling for that amount of money, $250. Here's $150. Another $150. Here's one for $135. Here's one for $139. I guess you can keep an eye out for the Ariel Bam Bear. I mean, the Ariel Mer Bear. And then here's another one went for $114. Here's a Dumbo that went for $100. So I guess keep an eye out for these bears, you guys. Some of them, there were other ones at the store that I didn't buy. Just because I know I had that Marilyn Monroe and she had her tag and everything, like somebody collected it, had it on a stand. It was flawless condition. And it took me forever to sell that bear. And I think after it was all said and done, it only sold for like $40. And it just really wasn't worth it because I had to try to make sure it stayed clean and unsquished, and I had to ship it in a box, and I had, so it was just a whole lot of effort and time and plus I paid up for it too. I think I paid over $10 for it, maybe even close to 20, because I did some lousy research, like I was just talking about, where, somebody put a crazy price on it, and then so somebody else put a crazy price, but that isn't really the price that it sells for. And so I did some lousy research, thought it was worth way more money than it was, paid up for it. And I think I did pay $20 for it, like $19.95. And it took me forever to sell it. And I only sold it for like $40. And I had to ship it in a big box. It totally wasn't worth it. So there were other bears that were there. That there was another Marilyn Monroe bear, just like the one I sold. And it was priced high. It was priced $14.99. There was another one that was a Marilyn Monroe in her little polka dotted dress. And I looked it up, and it just didn't. North American Bear, Marilyn. Yeah, here, let me show you. So here's, this one was there, and this one is the one that I sold before. And you can see they're only going for like $20. I mean, it's totally not worth my time. And there were a couple other dressed up ones there that just weren't worth anything. It can be entirely possible that the Disney bears are the only ones that are worth anything. Oh my gosh, there's a genie. Look. Share. Sorry, I know I keep going back and forth. Look, there's a genie teddy bear. Oh, look at the Cruella de Vil. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. $100 on that one, and I can understand that one selling for $100. Beauty and the Beast. That was $215, and that was before the new movie came out. Here's another Beauty and the Beast. Okay, so now we know, keep an eye out for the North American Bear Company Disney varieties. And that would be definitely something that you could easily keyword and even like look up on Marketplace. Okay. Let me check the chat. Lots of solds on Worth Point, 250. Yeah, I have Worth Point. Okay, so let's keep going then. And another bag, I guess. Let's go ahead and do this one with the puppets. I didn't research this before I bought them, and I didn't even know what the puppets were until that I told you the Instagram person told me that it was Melissa and Doug puppets, because I did a little short video, and they were like, "Oh, those Melissa and Doug puppets, let me know. I'd like to buy those." I bought this just off of curiosity, just off of kind of thinking the thought process of that I knew they were hand puppets and I knew they were firemen. And between those two things, the popularity of them both, I knew I wasn't really going to lose. These actually seem new. They still have their tags. So, and my Instagram friend was correct. They are Melissa and Doug. So I have 1, 2. This one doesn't have its little tag. Oh, there's a surprise one in here I didn't know was in here. There's also a policeman. All I saw was fireman. And okay, so let's look these up then. So I've got a policeman. Do you know why I pulled you over, ma'am? Your car's full of plush. Where'd you get that plush? Taking you to the station. All right, so let's look them up. Let's see. So we got 2 that are identical and 1 policeman. Are the hidden Mickeys on the bottom of Pluto and Donald just outlines of Mickey's face? I'm not. Oh, on their feet? Yes. They are just Mickey. Are there hidden Mickey Plutos and Donald Ducks? I'll have to look that up because I don't know what that meant. So hang on. Let's do a share because sharing is caring. Those are pens. Don't see a plush, so I'm not sure what you mean, Pluto. Yeah, I don't know what you mean about the on the bottoms of their feet because I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that before. Okay. Listen, Doug. Fireman. Oh, that's his dog. Well, there we go. We just call it a day. I can sell it for $1,800 and we'll just be done and done, huh? Anyway, that must be somebody out of stock. and they don't want to lose their ranking. You saw that they were number 1 ranked. Okay. These are all new. Mine does not have his wooden rod. Completed. And I'm going to go with used. Used without its wooden rod. They also don't have their original tags. Here's a policeman, a fireman, and a paramedic. What cute puppets. Oh my gosh, this would be really fun. Like as a kid to be like playing was your, fireman and stuff. So here's the fireman. Looks like they're anywhere from $10, $15, $20, $30, depending on. Like I said, mine doesn't have a stick. And here's police. Looks like the police might be worth more than the fireman. Brand new from Overstock. So I could probably sell this as a lot for... I'm actually going to price these out. I'm going to put $49.95 on these. I'm going to put $49.95 as a lot without their sticks. But I do want to see what this other thing was in this bag. This thing. Oh, are these for the puppets? These are mustaches. Or this might be for kids playing with the puppets and they put on mustaches. That would be cute. Oh, this is adorable. This is vintage. Definitely vintage. It's an Eden toy. Eden toy, and it appears to be made in the United States. And it's so cute. Its little arms have like fabric. I have a fuzzy on me. But here's its tag right there. Let's go ahead and look it up. And I have sold Eden toys before. They can be really easy to sell. I think Eden makes a Peter Rabbit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so here's some Eden toys. Yep, here's Peter Rabbit right there. Now mine is just like a little mouse. I wonder if it's supposed to have clothes on. These all seem to have clothing. Here's a similar one to mine, but mine has the fabric arms. So I guess I'm not really sure what to price it at, but I could probably easily price it $14.95 and just see how it goes. But I want to look up Eden toys just so you guys can get an idea of what they sell for. So here's some vintage Eden. This is the dolls. And here's Paddington Bear. Here's a little stuffed lamb. Their tags are really easy to spot. So it looks like you want to keep an eye out on these little stuffed lambs by Eden Baby. And I've sold Eden Baby items before. I've actually sold a similar doll like this. But yeah, you definitely aren't, you when you look at the Eden stuff, you aren't sure what's valuable and what's not. So you definitely just want to look it up because you don't want to pass by. I remember these toys. Oh my goodness. You don't want to pass by something worth $50 or $40 just because you weren't sure. But they're all like baby toys and like really like very kind of soft, delicate looking toys besides Paddington. But definitely keep an eye out. I typically will pick up Eden if I see it. It's one of those ones I kind of forget about. That I kind of forget that it was there, and then I'm like, oh, okay. I have a Donald Duck with just a Mickey face outline. I haven't been able to find anything. All right, let's see what this is. Aside from my mustaches. Oh, I know exactly what this is. This is a puppet show thing. This is to put and make a little puppet theater. So that makes sense that this was in the bag with the puppets. This would be one of those things that goes over like a frame support, like. So this is a puppet show thing. So that makes sense. All right. But you can see how the colors are kind of like Buzz Lightyear. I just saw the purple and the green, and I was like, oh, it might be Buzz. All right. I only have until 4 o'clock because I have to go to the post office. Ouch. I bought this bag because of this owl. It was $1.99 for this bag. And the reason why this owl was of interest to me was because its feet were hard. Like, they're not hard like plastic, but they're really stiff stuffed. And I always kind of pay attention to realistic looking owls. And the detail of the fur, as in feathers, was really good. But I don't see a tag on him. So he's just going to have to be like priced as whatever I want to price him at, and just see how he goes, because he's definitely nice looking owl, and people collect owls. They love owls, and so anything that's collectible, even if it doesn't have a tag, go ahead and list it, especially if it's really good quality like this. This is just like almost like a crane toy. Here's a realistic looking rabbit from Wild Republic. How cute is that? His ears have like a little plastic thing in them so they stay up. So I'll look that up in a minute, because Wild Republic is a pretty common brand to see out in the wild. So we'll look that up so that way we know which ones we're supposed to be buying. Stephen Smith stuffed alligator or crocodile. This looks familiar. This is from a TV show, isn't it? I don't know what TV show it is, but it looks familiar to me. It just says shark, though. It says assorted sharks, but this looks like it's from like a TV show. Definitely crane machine. Look at this little baby. That's so cute. This is a soft toy. Doesn't have any. Madagascar. This is not considered a soft toy because it has beans in it. And when dogs get a hold of things with the beans inside, they make a mess. This is a vintage toy, but it doesn't have a brand. It's just a little bunny. So the reason why I bought this too, aside from the owl, was because it had one of these little monsters in it from Where the Wild Things Are. And I kind of have, I think a lot of us 80s kids kind of have a soft place in our heart for Where the Wild Things Are. So I figured even if everything else was a bust, for $2, I was happy just for this guy. All right, so let's do some research. We'll look up Steve Smith. We'll look up the Wild Things. This is basically a toy that you buy from any store for during Valentine's Day. I could essentially just put a box of like colorful dogs and just collect colorful dogs. And once I get like 10 of them together, just sell them as a lot. All right, so let's look up first. Wild Republic. Ooh, look at that llama. So these are all new. Let's switch over to used. So there's snow leopards, there's tigers, wolves. These are all jumbos. So you can see these are all jumbos. A lot of people, when they're selling jumbo stuffed animals, they'll put them into contractor bags that you get from like Home Depot. Contractor bags have a really high like their mil number, MIL. The mil number is really like they're real thick. And if you double bag them, you have a really secure way of shipping jumbo stuffed animals. So it looks like the wolves do pretty well as far as being jumbos, but I don't want to just know jumbos. I want to know the regular guys, because regular ones you see all the time. So we're getting down in the under 30 range, which $20 is a perfectly good price for a stuffed animal, but we're looking for like ones to keep an eye out for. So I'm not really seeing anything to keep an eye out for besides those jumbos. This would be easy to recognize any of the dinosaurs. Dragons. People like them because they're very realistic looking. What did I have here? It was a lop-eared rabbit. Or lop-eared rabbits. Jackrabbits? I don't even see it. I don't even see one. Not a lot of rabbits. This is mine. Wild hare. Okay, so I can list him $12.95, $14.95. See how he goes. Plus, it's rabbit season. People are hunting rabbits. Oh, new unbox. Look at that. Here's a giant one, $100. Let's see what the solds are like. So it looks like if you can, those are all new with tags. But you know they're not new with tags. They were just in somebody's collection, and then they decided to sell them, and they hadn't ripped the tags off yet. This one's a puppet. Is mine a puppet? Nope, not a puppet. So actually, this guy might be worth something. I mean, this is mine. Right here. So, yeah. Definitely worth buying. Easy to take pictures of, easy to list and sell. And $10 to $20 on him. What else was in that bag? I'm trying to think of what this bag was worth. Plus, we had that owl that I'm going to go ahead and list for $30 and see how he goes. And then I was going to research also this little crocodile from Stephen Smith, because I don't recognize that brand. Just look at Plush in general. Ooh, that's a Chucky doll. I wouldn't want that in my house. Chucky creeps me out. Oh, Stephen Smith made the Grateful Dead bears. Ooh, I don't like that Chucky doll. Nope, nope. So here's the Grateful Dead bears. Pretty easy to spot those because they're so colorful and they have their little bibs on them. Yeah, $20 each on those. Not bad. That's a stomach. Interesting. Here's a T-Rex. Mine's not a T-Rex. It's alligator or crocodile. One of the two. Okay, so yeah. So you can keep an eye out for the little Grateful Dead bears, because those, like I said, would be really easy to spot. I'm getting down to the dollar range here, and I don't see any crocodiles or alligators. Can you tell the difference between a crocodile or an alligator as far as like a plush toy? I never can tell. Here's one listed for $20. And then this one's different than mine. Mine doesn't have yellow in its mouth. Looks like people just do both. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to list him for what? $14.95. Let's see if he's over here on Worth Point. That's a yellow mouth. Yeah, I don't see one that's like mine. Okay. Yeah. $14.95. Stop sharing. Do you guys have any questions? We're getting like really long into the video. Oh, and while we're at it, let me scroll up real quick. I'm gonna go ahead before I run out of time, and I want to look up those signature Webkins for you. I just sold a 75-cent cat plush from Clifford for $63 thanks to your videos that got me checking Plush. Way to go, Green Thrifty! I ship all my jumbo plush and blow molds in contractor bags. I buy them from True Value on sale. Just vacuum out the air, add a label, and go. Definitely good. Jessica, I miss you so much. Me and Jessica used to hang out in like working hangouts, and then she got busy, and then I stopped doing hangouts. So, not that I don't like doing them, I just got busy doing other stuff. All right, let's look up those signature Gans. I mean, not Gans, signature Webkins before we run out of time here. I don't know if I'm going to get to these other two bags. And solds. All right, so definitely ones to look out for. Like I said, it was going to be the dogs. So here are the husky dog. Another huskies, husky. So definitely keep an eye out on that one. Arctic fox is white. Here's a timber wolf. Australian shepherd. The timber wolf. And this particular bolo, quote unquote, has been around for years. So you can see that the price has gone down. They used to sell for double this amount of money, but they've still retained pretty good value. $200 on the German Shepherd, $200. And these are all the ones without a code. So these are used. These aren't new. Siberian Husky, Timber Wolf, Golden Retriever. So keep an eye out for any of these dogs, wolves, or whatever. Let me show you how you can easily distinguish on the signature Gans. You see right here what I was talking about? You see his golden W? Really easy to tell, like especially with me when I find, see it just has a regular Gans tag, but it'll have that golden W. So it's really easy to spot for people like me that buy them in the bag, and I can't necessarily see exactly what it is, but if I can see that little golden paw print, then definitely to pick up. I have sold signature Webkins before, not any of the dogs, and I know I sold it for less than $100. I don't remember what it was. I might have sold it for $50. Let's go down a little lower priced out of the dog area. I don't remember what I sold. Yeah, see the little golden W. It might have been a cat. So anyway, that's one to keep an eye out for. I told you I wanted to make sure I talked to you guys about those signature Webkins because they are easy peasy peasies to spot with the little golden W. All right. Try to hurry up, guys. I have 3 bags left. Let's see if we can just spot the good stuff. And I don't know what is wrong with my phone and why it continues to turn the sound back on. It's really getting on my nerves. Okay, so this bag I paid $2.99 for. I bought it because it has a Tomorrowland ostrich in it, and I actually have the Tomorrowland boy that I listed, and he's not really worth that much money, but I went ahead and listed him because I was just listing Plush, and you kind of get in a roll with listing Plush. But now I have his buddy, and so I'm going to lot them together, and I can probably sell them for more money than I can sell them individually. So that's why I bought this bag. And yeah, that was the reason on this one, was because I had a opportunity to lot it up. Well, this is cute for Easter. It's a little like lavender, duck, platypus looking thing by Golden Bear. Huh. Okay. This is a tie. This is whatchamacallit? A Spuds MacKenzie. What do they call these little dongs? The ones with the little pointed noses? I actually, the same store that I was buying all this plush at, I bought some vintage Spuds MacKenzie coasters, new in the package, from 1986. And there was like 2 packs of coasters and like this grab bag of stuff. So I went ahead and bought it just because it was interesting. This is a tie. Jessica Murphy says, I thought you weren't buying bags of plush anymore. Actually, I did quit. I quit for like 2 years. And then I realized like I totally miss it and I love it. And it's so easy to do. And I really enjoy it. And whenever like appliances and other things get really boring, stuffed animals are always fun. And they're just easy, kind of like a stress-free thing to list, you know? So I missed it. Oh, this is a baby toy. I think this is a crib toy. Yeah, it's a crib toy. This is a soother. So it probably plays a heartbeat noise. Just says Dex products. I can look it up. It's not in the most amazing condition. I probably wouldn't sell it, but this is just a bear. This is so cute. Oh my goodness. This is adorable. I'll show it to you in a second. Okay. And we have a little lion with beans in his butt. Coca-Cola bear from 1998. Wildlife artist Little Piggy. She's so cute. I could match him up with his other little friend. People collect pigs. Just another random bear. And then here's the Tomorrowland ostrich. Oh, he's a big boy. And the boy that goes with him from Tomorrowland, I don't remember his name. I have it on the listing. Is really big too. So this will be perfect to match. Okay, so I gotta hurry up. I don't got a lot of time because I talk too much. Okay. So the Tomorrowland ostrich, like I said, it wasn't like a big win. Oh, Tomorrowland wrong. Oh, I put 2 M's. Wow, that one's way bigger than Miles. But this is the one I have with the bendable legs. My Miles is like 2 feet tall. Like he's a really big Miles. So I thought it would be good to put them together. Why do they have all these weird characters in there? I was looking up some tips from eBay, and they were talking about not putting punctuation in your titles. But you can see like this totally goes against that because there's all of this extra hooey of punctuation and special characters, and it's the #1 search result. So what's up with that, eBay? Anyway, so there you can see that. Not a huge win, but definitely, you know, was something. Okay. Oh, this was the thing that I was laughing at and I thought was so adorable. So it's a little piggy bank, right? It's a plush piggy bank. I wonder if there's money inside. That would be awesome, wouldn't it, if there was money inside? But it says piggy thrifters. Ah! If he's not worth money, I'll have to keep him. Let's see. Piggy thrifter. Oh, they're kind of worth things. Hang on. Not a huge amount of money, but definitely worth picking up the bag for. And mine's blue. So, but here's one new with tags, which mine has the tags. $20 plus shipping. Here's a pink one. I have a blue one. Like this one, but this one doesn't have the tags. So I could probably price them like, I don't know, $20 plus shipping or $24.95 free shipping, and I'll be the same thing. Definitely cool. All right, let me look up that funky soothing bear, just because I don't like to write, like just kind of like throw out anything, like write it off if I haven't actually looked it up. Oh, yeah, and this is why. Okay, so womb sounds bear here. Seems to go for, this is the one I have. Let's see what they actually sell for. $20. But I don't like this one. It seems like it's been washed. So I don't think I'm going to even bother with it or list it or anything, because it just seems dirty. And I don't like dirty, used up stuff. Like the idea of a dirty, used up bear in a baby crib, just, ugh, it's kind of cringy, right? Oh, it says musical. I wonder if mine's musical. No, he doesn't have any. Oh, he has Velcro on his feet. I wonder. I guess he was supposed to sit on something, maybe. Maybe he had something that his feet were supposed to stick to. Coca-Cola bears are one of those things that's like, so like people collected them and they're just like, oh my gosh. They're almost like the Beanie Baby of merchandise. Like there's just so much Coca-Cola bear stuff. Okay. Next up, you guys. This might be the last bag. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. All these pigs and lions and bears and ostriches. Okay. Let me check the chat real quick. If you have questions, you're going to need to ask them now because I'm going to have to leave pretty shortly. People do not look up punctuation, so it's a waste of keyword space. The only reason why really sometimes... no, that wasn't why. eBay said actually that it messed with your search results. And like they specifically said it in the webinar that they did 2 weeks ago about do not use punctuation. It will affect your search results. Like they said that out of their mouth during the webinar. about listing practices. But that one had a lot of punctuation, and it was first place. Bull Terrier. Thank you. Thank you, Thrift Raider. Y'all remember that commercial for the refrigerator raider? That was probably 20 years ago, and it's like stuck in my head. Like anytime I hear raider, then my brain goes refrigerator raider. I don't remember what commercial that was for. He said Bull Terrier. Hi, Bull Terrier. It looks like that Bull Terrier has sold for $10. So I could still list it for $10. Not bad. All right, let's get this bag open, man. Let's get the show on the road. $2.99 for this bag. I bought it because of Scat down here, the Ice Age squirrel. I have sold him before. He was Build-A-Bear version. He has little acorns and stuff, and I sold it for like $50. This isn't the Build-A-Bear version. However, I always keep an eye out for him because there are some of those Ice Age ones that are really worth money. And also, I really like selling these Jimmy toys. This one isn't even Jimmy. This is a Hallmark. So definitely going to have to look him up. Here's a Jake the Pirate. I actually have a bigger one of these listed, and it has not sold. Hey, this is a good example. Okay, this is the Douglas tag that I'm used to, and this is why I missed Simba. Let me put my screen back up so I can see if it's even in focus. Okay, so this is Douglas tag that I'm used to seeing, and that's why on that Simba, I totally missed it because I knew Douglas Lion King was worth money before I ever even saw that other Lion King, but the tag that I was looking for Douglas was this tag, which is not, as you saw in the beginning of this video, what the Douglas tag looked like on the Lion King versions. So this is a Douglas polar bear. Oh, here's another thing from Neverland. What's it called? Neverland. This is from Jake the Pirate Show, right? Too. Isn't it? So maybe I can match those together. Maybe that might sell for more than the other one. The other reason why I actually bought this bag was because all I could see was this. And I knew it was micro beads, and I wasn't sure what it was because some micro bead, like Moshi Pets and the Mogo people, are worth way more money than you think. We can actually look that up right now. So since I wasn't sure what this was, it's actually a travel pillow. But I saw this, and this could have in the bag very much been a Mogo person arm. So I definitely, I'm going to show that to you really quick, what those are so you can keep an eye out for them. This is a really nice dolphin. You could like hang it from the ceiling like that. It doesn't have a brand on it. It does have a tag, but it doesn't have a brand. But I would go ahead and list it anyway because sea animals are very collectible. And then here is another Scully. This one's from the Disney store, and he is animated, so we'll have to look him up. And then here is my Ice Age. This is from Ice Age 4. So I'm not sure if he'll be worth anything, but I can always look him up. And I do want to show you that some of these squirrel ones are definitely worth picking up. So we've got a lot to talk about in a really short amount of time. So let's go. Not too much stuff on my desk. Let me check the chat real quick. Must go find that webinar, I would think, for both reasons. Yeah, it was the first webinar of the new webinars that they started doing 2 weeks ago. Why isn't anyone hitting the like button? Because they don't like me. They just like to watch me because they hate my guts. think that's why. No, I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's go. Oh, I forgot to press the share button. I'm going to do you any good if you can't see. All right, first thing we're going to look up was... I wanted to look up those micro beads for you. I think they're called Mogo. Mogo people. That's not it. What are they called? Somebody knows what I'm talking about. I know that you do. They look like this. They're the Mogu. There we go. I knew I was close. I was close. And the price has really gone down. I used to sell them for $80. Looks like the price has dropped a lot. I sold actually this particular one. So now they're down to $30. They were selling for close to $100. Looks like still $35. Still worth picking up for sure. But yeah, I sold this little guy before and a blue one, I believe. They're kind of hard to come by nowadays, but they were definitely more money before. And then Mochi Pets are also a micro bead. And gosh, there doesn't seem to be a lot on here. All right, here they are. Mochi pillow. I said Mochi Pets, but they're the micro bead pillows, and they're definitely worth some really good money. I have sold several different ones over the years. But here's the solds. So, and they do have a tag on them that say Mochi. But here they are, and they're kind of easy to spot because they're micro bead and they have kind of like a weird consistency. If you do buy these and they're dirty, do not put them in the washing machine. They will bleed. So try to spot treat it if you can. But yeah, really easy to spot these Mochis, and they sell really well because people actually love them. Okay, we got a Hallmark Frankenstein. And here's mine. $10 plus shipping. And I would put a video in there as well. But for $10 plus shipping, he might not be worth listing. I'll have to see. And then I do want to show you Ice Age. Squirrel. That's a whole person. Interactive one. That's funny. Let's see. Here's just one that's sold $16.37 plus shipping. Here's another one. Let's see. So here's the one I have, actually, is Ice Age 4 Continental Drift. Plush toy, but I think mine's bigger than this, actually. Mine is definitely bigger than 10 inches. There's a Build-A-Bear one, but mine had acorns. I guess I don't see any of the valuable ones anymore. I did know that there was ones that were supposed to be worth a reasonable amount of money. Or maybe they just aren't anymore. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and list mine for $19.95. He should do well. And I have one more bag. You think I can get through in 10 minutes? I can still make it to the post office by 4:30. Actually, the post office I can leave at 4:20. Because they're not that far away. I have a barista Starbucks bear that I can't give away. Anyone know what might help them sell? No. Barista bears were put on a BOLO list. And actually, if you see this barista bear right here, the reason why I bought him was because 6 or 7 years ago, I printed out a BOLO list. And unlike some people that just kind of take that list and go run with it, I sat down and I researched on eBay, like each one of the things, you know, it had on there like Pendleton sweaters and Ralph Lauren, you know, purple label or whatever. And barista bears was one of them. So at the Salvation Army that used to be by my house, I bought this Austin barista bear. You can see I had him signed by Griff whenever Griff came to Austin for eBay in person. So I had Griff sign him. He kind of became my little eBay mascot. It has my my name tag from when I went to the eBay event, and it still even has its price tag on it. Paid 99 cents for it. And the reason why I made him a mascot, he's from 2008, was kind of as a lesson of just because you saw it on Facebook or Instagram or on YouTube like you did just now. That's why I do like to do the videos the way that I do them. I know they take a long time, but we do the research together because I hate just showing people something and then being like, yeah, and then I can sell it for $50. Like that doesn't help you. You know, we do the research together. And so this is kind of like my little mascot of just like, do your own research. Don't get caught up in the of, you know, people telling you what to buy and what not to buy, because I bought this because it was on a BOLO list and it's totally worthless. So, as far as barista bears, I have sold them, but they just don't sell for very much. Like $12.95 or whatever. So if I find them in a bag of Plush, you know, I do go ahead and list them, but you're really just not gonna, there isn't really any way around it. They're just not worth anything very much anymore. I'm pretty sure maybe there is one that's rare, or I don't know. Let's see, Starbucks barista there. It seems like the one from the Year of the Rabbit from Asia is worth money. The international ones that are Year of Animals, like Year of the Dog, Year of the, seem to be worth money. But other than that, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of them that, just the international ones and the Year of ones. There's a Destination Bear from Greece. And then maybe the Alice and Olivia bears that were really popular a couple years ago. But other than that, do your own research. But yeah, I had Griff sign it. Okay. Go back up there. And then this Disney Christmas Monsters Inc. Oh, I didn't bring them in. I may have too many keywords. Anyway, I don't have time to research that one right now. We've got one more bag. I think I have time. Let's go ahead and do the very last bag, you guys. Thanks for sticking around with me for so long. Oh my gosh. 2 hours, you guys? Holy moly. Bag was $2.99. Why did I buy this bag? Oh, this is my third woohoo of that day when I bought these plush. I bought this bag because I saw this purple dinosaur. And on that purple dinosaur, I saw its tag. Actually, it was easier to spot, I thought. But it said Manhattan Toy. Anytime I see Manhattan Toy, I always try to look them up because some of them are definitely worth money. And Mr. Dinosaur, hims and Oz, gonna be friends. He was my third woohoo of the day. So on Plush, I bought 8 bags. They're $3 a piece. Plus the Bam Bear. So I spent $24. I spent $30 on Plush, and just on 3 items, this bear that I'm probably going to list for $150 so I can get rid of it. I'm not trying to store it forever. This dinosaur and that bulldog from Lady and the Tramp on the low end should pull me $200 to $250 on those 3 items alone. So that's why I love doing Plush, and that's why I bought this bag, was because of this. And let me show you. Yeah, Manhattan Toy Company is definitely one that I keep an eye out for. All right. Manhattan Toy Stegosaurus. I'm not going to spell Stegosaurus correctly. Stegosaurus. I know that's wrong. It'll correct me. Thank you. Stegosaurus. So here's the one that's listed. It's listed for $129, which means absolutely nothing because it could totally be a fluke. However, if we go look at the solds, here's one that sold for $139. And here's one that sold for $50. Here's one that sold for $50. So even though this one sold for $139, and it could be entirely possible that I can sell mine for $139, I do know at minimum I can get $50 for this guy. So yay! That was a big win. So Manhattan Toy, definitely, wow, that's a big weird looking bear. Definitely has some goodies. Here's another dinosaur. Another dinosaur, I guess. So keep an eye out for the dinosaurs. And they look pretty normal. Like, they don't look super out there, but I guess consistently here, these dinosaurs are doing really well. Maybe I should go back over there and see if I see any more of these plain looking dinosaurs. Here's a horse. Another dinosaur. Yeah, man. Okay, so Bolo on Manhattan Toy dinosaurs, you guys. And I have also sold this Manhattan Toy doll. They're adorable. Sometimes, though, they don't have their little pacifier. And I have sold this pig, too. I definitely do try to pick up any of the Manhattan Toys that I see. I do my research, but if I see Manhattan Toy in the bag, I will get the bag. So definite score on my dinosaur faux show. Oh, can you show us the Manhattan tag? This one's a vintage tag. They look different now. Now you can easily recognize them because they have a little crown on them. The vintage tags don't, and they just say Manhattan Toy Company. Here, I'll show you. This is why Manhattan Toy is typically easy to identify, because these tags are really easy to see on the items. That little purple with the yellow crown tag. I can spot those fairly easily. And there was another Manhattan Toy at the thrift store that I didn't buy because I could see that it had mold damage. Like, I guess it had gotten wet. So I don't bother with anything that has mold damage. But I have sold this before, this little ballerina pig. A really cute. Okay. We got 10 minutes. Next thing in that bag. My shoulder hurts. Toys are dangerous. All this hard work. Okay. Looks like we have a... this looks like a vintage tag. Just because it doesn't have warning labels on it. Little reindeer. Kind of mangly. This tag's all washed out. But this is an adorable blue, like charcoal blue, like a gray blue hippopotamus. How cute is he? His tag's all washed out, but I think he's a Chosom. A CHO, and I think I can make out an S. I believe it's a Chosom. Chosom hippo. Chosom. I spelled it wrong. Sorry. There's only 2 hippopotamuses listed, and they're both listed for $35. Definitely gonna have to list him. I do believe this is a chosen, but the tag is, I can't see very much, but he's so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next up, we got SC Johnson wax. Hold on a minute. Does he smell like wax? No. SC Johnson wax bear. Well, that's weird. When did they promote Johnson wax with bears? My chat got really quiet. I'm still playing, right? Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't like not live anymore because that has happened. Okay. Let's look up this Johnson wax bear. I never heard of that before. Okay. Johnson wax bear. Ah, here's one right here. $14.99 advertising bear. What was the advertisement? What were they doing with the bear? Like, what do bears have to do with wax? Maybe this newspaper ad will tell me. I don't know what they have to do with wax. So weird. Okay, what else was in that bag? We have a Rainforest Cafe Purple Monkey. Rainforest Cafes, oh my gosh. Like, their dang coffee cups and stuff are everywhere. This is cute. This is a Disneyland Winnie the Pooh from Disney parks. And he's really cute. He's trying to look up Winnie the Pooh Disney parks. Is going to be, what do they call these kind of toys? Because otherwise, if I can't get more specific than Winnie the Pooh Disney parks, I'm pretty sure there's like 1,000 of those. Let's see. Winnie the Pooh Disney parks. Oh, found one. Pooh Round Fuzzy Ball. There's 677 things if you look up Winnie the Pooh Disney parks. He's cute, but doesn't seem to be worth much. $9.99. Are there any worth anything? Let's price it highest to lowest. Solds. Looks kind of like a big fat no. There's a giant Eeyore. And maybe this vintage guy. Doesn't seem like there's a ton. See, this is the Pooh. This is round plush. He doesn't have bean bags in him, though. There's no beans in him. He's a complete soft toy. So maybe that's how I'll keyword him as soft toy. Since he doesn't have any plastic on him and he doesn't have any beads. All right. And I guess that was it. So if you have any questions, ask them now because I'm going to be leaving in just a second. Look up this purple Rainforest Cafe monkey. He doesn't even come up at all. There's a green one for $15, but no purple one. So maybe I'll list him anyway, since he's the only one, and I'll put him for $15 too. But other than that, you guys, thank you so much. Oh, can you show us the reindeer again? Yes, I can. Here he is, here. But here's why, if looking at his tag, why you can see why I said it was. Let me get my screen up so I can see if I'm even in focus. Why I said it was vintage. That's definitely a vintage style. Come on. Stop focusing on me. Focus on this. You get it. It doesn't want to. It hates me. It hates me so much. But it seems like the brand is Sesilco. Let me look that up. Sesilco. Sesilco. Oh, well, darn. Look at that. Okay. This is why you just can't write off stuff, you know? Here's 8 listings for that particular brand. They're on a reindeer, but you can see they're $15, $21, $31, $25, $35, $36. So yeah. Why do I feel like I've seen that duck before? So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and list it as vintage reindeer with a red nose. Is it like a vintage Rudolph? All right, quick questions, and I gotta go. Great show, very informative. Thank you very much. And then she took her comment away. What do I do now? All right, everybody. Oh, bears may come out in the winter so they don't poop. Maybe. All right, you guys, thank you so much for bearing with me during this over 2-hour show. I'm going to try to go through the video and maybe just put some of the brand names down in the description of the video if I have time. And yeah, we will be doing this again soon because I'm getting right back into the plush game. I really missed it and I really love it, and it's super easy to do. And definitely don't ignore your plushes. You just never know what you're going to find. All right, I love you guys very much. You're all so awesome. I appreciate all your support all the time. You're amazing. Everybody have a really awesome day. I'm off to the post office.